G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. On the east side of the map, we've got Hera, who is playing the Holy Roman Empire. His opponent who spawns on the west side of the map, we've got Demuslim, and he is playing the Holy Roman Empire as well. We've got a HRE and HRE mirror, and HRE, a HRE mirror. I don't know exactly how to say it. We've got a Holy Roman Empire mirror for you guys on Hillendale of all maps. So let's talk a little bit about what is going to be happening this game. Let's talk about this series in particular. So if you're unfamiliar with this series, make sure you check out the game that was posted just before this video, because that would have been the first game in this series. And if you don't want to know the result, then I would just quickly mute your microphone for the next 5 seconds, or your headset rather, for the next 5 seconds. Hera is up 1-0. So heading into this game, both players had a ban. They could ban civilizations, they could choose which maps they wanted. So one player has chosen Hillendale, and the Hera elected to ban the Chinese. And so in banning the Chinese, when one of the players chose Hillendale as the map, there was really only one choice, and that was the Holy Roman Empire. I was watching Hera's stream at the time, and Hera did throw around the Abbasids as a possibility on this map, but did just decide instead, you know what, I'm just going to go for the Holy Roman Empire. And that's how we've got ourselves a mirror, because a lot of people will probably be sitting back at home and wondering, you know, how did we get to this position where the Holy Roman Empire is here and there's no China? Well, it's because China was banned out by Hera. Banning out Demuslim's Chinese, because he knows that Demuslim absolutely loves the Chinese. They are quite a strong civilization in his hands, a very capable individual, as you can see in the top right hand corner of your screen. He is currently rank number 5 in the world, so not bad, not bad. Yeah, let's have a look and see how these players are going to be opening, because there's a lot of different openings that you can go with the Holy Roman Empire. So Hera opening up with a single prelate at this stage. Obviously double scout as well has come out for him, and collecting up plenty of sheep. He's got 8 sheep here, 4 sheep here, so found 12 sheep so far. And compare that to the single scout opening of Demuslim, and he's found 4 sheep. He's about to find his 5th sheep, so about what you would expect, to be honest. But obviously opening up with 1 prelate and 1 scout. Where is that prelate actually? There it is, it's hiding. Yeah, 1 prelate and 1 scout, which means that he's going to be 1 villager up, so 12 villagers versus Hera, who's sitting on the 11 villagers. So he's up a villager, but at the same time he's down about 12 sheep, at least it seems that way. Probably not 12, maybe about 8 sheep or 6 sheep, I think it was. 6 or 7 sheep, something like that. Ark and Chapel now going to be going down for Demuslim. No surprises there. So going to be dropping it down. Beautiful spot he's got here. Probably not going to be able to reach the deer here. Going to be dropping the mill a little bit closer. But does obviously get the wood line, gets the gold mine. He is going to be happy with that. Misses out on the berries, misses out on the stone. We'll go check in with Hera. We'll see exactly what his is going to look like. He's probably going to be dropping his in a very similar position. There it goes. But he gets his berries in as well. Actually cancels it. Drops it probably a little bit closer to this wood. That's where I would be thinking. Okay, yeah, goes a little bit closer to the wood. I think that's the right idea. So essentially, because you want to be covering in all the lumber camps, you don't want to leave this as like your only lumber camp to be buffing up. So ideally, you want to be making more lumber camps. So the closest you can get it to this wood line, while still including the gold vein and obviously the berries as well, if you've got them. Good decision from Hera. A little bit of a mistake, but at the same time, it is much better to fix that mistake now than to deal with that for the remainder of the game. So props to him. All right, so Hera aging up, 4 villagers, going to be going on the landmark. I'm suspecting we're probably going to be seeing professional scouts out of Demuslim, but probably not out of Hera. Now, obviously, Demuslim can always just move back onto this hunt. You know what? It's probably going to delay him too much. And in this mirror, because this is a mirror matchup, I think it's probably going to be the most important thing is not necessarily the hunt. It's actually the relics. So getting up to age 3 as quickly as possible, denying relics from your enemy, and at the same time securing those relics for yourself. So whether we see a potential age 2 into age 3, like a semi-fast castle, that's something that I would be thinking about, because I'd be trying my best to scout out all the relics that I can. So we can see Demuslim scouted out 1, 2 relics down here, 3rd relic here. He's scouted out the 4th relic, which is over here. 5th relic next to his opponent's base. He's yet to spot this one just yet, but his scout is heading in that direction. So we could potentially see something like a stable out from him early. It doesn't look like it with the resources he's got at the moment, but that's what I would like to see. And just a horseman, a single horseman to each of those. And then obviously the counterplay to that is that you get knights out to hold those back. So it can always be a little bit difficult in those sorts of situations. Very, very cutthroat. And we actually do see a stable going to get dropped down from Hera here. So this could be big. We could potentially see him going to professional scouts. He does have the mill already dropped down. Or we could see him go straight into horsemen and looking to prevent his opponent from obtaining those early huntable deer. But as I mentioned, it's one of those things where if your enemy manages to just even collect one relic, that's 300 gold a minute, and that's going to be more than enough for them to get knights and knights and knights out, and they're going to be able to secure that up. But now it looks like Dumuzlum actually going to be going for a barracks in his own base, going to be looking to get out a spearman, potentially just to deny these scouts any sort of early aggression. You can see he's being very annoying on this gold, and he would have done the math as well. Hera would be watching this and saying, he's short 70 gold. He can't age up. We can stop him from aging up. And I think that's such a smart move from Hera because he knows he's going to be behind if he goes for professional scouts. And he's going to be careful with these villages. Ideally, you'd just be moving out like 5 or 6 villages from this, and we can actually see Dumuzlum being very, very cute and cheeky, moving in these deer, but no villager going down just yet. Spear manages to come out, going to be able to force those scouts away from the villagers, and manages to keep those villagers alive. I'm pretty sure he did at least 23 versus 22. Yeah, so still up by 1 villager. Hera obviously got the double scouts out. Now going to have a horseman coming out as well. And I got to say, if I was rating like the cosmetics of each of the civilizations, for the horseman, I definitely feel like the HRE's horseman is the best by far. It is such a good looking horseman. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the way the coat comes over the back. It looks absolutely awesome. I really love it. Can we get some light, some natural light? There we go. Now you're looking good, son. Look at that beautiful crest on the side as well. Gonna come in, look to do a little bit of damage here. Obviously going up against spears. Not gonna have too much of a good time. Behind this though, Dumuzlum about to click up to the next stage. And yeah, he's got plenty of resources in the base, so I theorize that he probably wouldn't need to go for the professional scouts just because he did have this mill here. I like the fact that he combined the push in of the deer as well into the town center. I thought that was really, really cute. I got to say, I love that. That is very smart. And Horseman is going to get away with 20 health. Second Horseman going to run in down towards the south, but obviously going to be getting met with a spear. And going to be going up to the next stage. Regnitz Cathedral getting dropped right next to the town center. You can see 8 villagers on that bad boy. Back in the base of Hera. Double stable down for him. Obviously got the professional scouts out, looking to bring in those deer and managing to do so. Got it nice and safe underneath the town center. He's going to have a very safe trickle of food for the remainder of the game. And I got to say, I love this opening from Hera. I think this is really smart, but at the same time, it's one of those things that you've got to balance. You've got to try and get up to the next stage as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what he's doing. Ideally, he wants to deny the prelates from coming out and looking to collect those relics. So he knows that there is a relic down here. So if I'm Hera, the main thing that I'm doing, I would be looking to potentially deny this. And you can actually see the spears coming out from Dumuzlum in advance. He knows that that is what Hera could be looking for, and subsequently sends out the spears in advance. We see the prelate walking down here to the south, looking to get some heals off on this spear. The spear does actually get taken out, and now Hera going to turn his attention towards that prelate. Got to be careful, and the prelate does manage to sort of fall back a little bit, and Hera doesn't get any shots on it. But now going to be coming down towards this relic. And this is where the tides begin to turn, because we're going to start having some knights coming out, and knights absolutely destroy, especially these knights in the third age, completely destroy these horsemen, and it's going to be a very difficult spot for Hera. Ideally, he wanted to be down on here, and I think even on a map like this, you can afford to wall in your enemy. Obviously, it's going to be, it's a long walk to come across like this, but at the same time, it's a really big benefit for you to do that. But now it looks like Hera making a little bit of a mistake, leaving the run a bit too late. And unfortunately, my friend, the gate has closed. The relic has left the building, and the prelate is inside with the Regnitz. Sounds like the second relic going to get picked up here as well. So that is the second relic getting picked up right now for Dumuzlum. By the same token, down below the base of Hera, he's picked up his first one. Up towards the north, no relics getting picked up just yet. That first knight coming out now for Dumuzlum, and he is looking like he's got quite the early lead. Second knight also coming out for him, looking to chase away this horseman. Looks like the scout's going to get in on the action as well. He's going to be able to secure up this the second relic. There's a villager following as well. I'm not sure what these villagers are all about, what he's doing with that. Has he rallied the town center out towards this? I think he's rallied the town center out towards the relic. he doesn't know that relic's there. I think he's rallied the TC out towards the relic and has forgotten about it. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what's happened. And yeah, that's why you've got these villagers just like walking in random loops around the base. Like this one literally did an entire loop around the base. Yeah, it's he's now managed to secure up. That's the first relic. Second relic is in the base. Third relic, it's out and about in the middle of the map. Now, keep in mind, Hera has managed to secure that one south of his base. I'm curious if he's got the second one. He does have the second one in the bag as well. So this is the third and final relic on the map, and neither player actually knows where it is. Neither player has got any clue about this because it is right here in the middle. And yeah, that is interesting. Both players are going to be looking for a relic that neither knows where it is. But now Hera pushing out towards the middle of the map, and we're really starting to see this Knight meta unfold, at least in this matchup. And typically in tournaments like this, where you've got players playing it out, you start to see like these metas evolve. It's hard to describe, but essentially at this high level, there seems to become like an internal meta of strategies and what happens. And really we can see like within this game, it definitely seems to be based on Knights. Knight's going to be coming in, looking to get off a couple of shots on these spears. And this is what I was talking about earlier as to why you can't sort of go spears, or it's hard to go spears. And it's simply just because Knights are very easily able to come in, take out the spears, and then just move on with their lives. Whereas the spears, they're constantly, trying to deal with the Knights. Third relic is going to get picked up here by Hera. Demuslim going to be at a significant disadvantage if this does manage to come back. Looks like he's going to come in, manages to take it out. Does he have a prelate on the way? It doesn't look like it at this stage. Back towards the base, though, he has got plenty of units out here that is going to get repelled. Hera doing a really decent job of keeping his numbers up this early in the game. We'll switch it over to income per minute so you guys are able to see exactly what these guys are making when it comes to money. We can see Hera has jumped ahead quite a fair bit. Still yet to grab that third relic, but it does sit very safely outside the opening of his base, and now going to be chasing back his opponent. Now, typically in this matchup, you would expect a blacksmith to get thrown down relatively early. We've got a market that's thrown down. Nothing else at this stage, but typically you would see that. And now Spears getting in on the battle. Prelate was coming out. Unfortunately, going to have to retreat. And now players doing their best to animation cancel between this. And Prelate going to be coming out, doing a bit of healing on the front line as well. Still no veteran upgrade for these spears. And it looks like Hera beginning to pull ahead a little bit in the numbers. Got to be careful as that veteran spearman, or that hardened spearman, going to be going down. And Hera looking like he's probably going to be able to clean up this mess that his opponent seems to have created for him. And now Hera with 5 veteran... No, they're just 5 knights, Strongo. 5 knights, is able to take out a prelate, almost able to take out a horseman. What's that doing out on the field? And now leaves his opponent in a very difficult spot because Hera has got a huge number advantage over his opponent, and he's got an open base to attack. So this is where Demuslim is really starting to scratch his head and go, what do I do now? My enemy's picked up his third relic. I've only got 2. I'm not in a position to go to the Imperial Age. I can't achieve what I want. My food resources aren't safe. I have to drop down farms. I don't have professional scouts. It's not looking pretty for Demuslim at this point in time. Demuslim now trying his best to hold on. We see a couple of barracks getting added in. This is the second barracks. But once again, it all comes down to sort of, if you've got this veteran spear upgrade, sure. But realistically, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. The spears are strong, but at the same time, the counterplay to spears is just so much stronger, whereas the knights are just... It's so difficult to counterplay against this unit, and we're going to just see an overwhelm right now from Hera. Hera looking incredibly strong as he pushes in towards the base of his opponent, taking out another prelate, beginning to take out the remaining forces of his opponent. Demuslim really looking in a difficult situation. 31 villagers at the moment on wood, doing long-distance chopping, at the same time getting hit by these knights. I don't think he realizes now beginning to fight on the farms of Demuslim as well. Animation cancelling, trying his best to hold on, but Demuslim having a very difficult time as he begins to idle the majority of his villagers, now heading back towards that town center. They're going to begin firing off arrows, but this is such a difficult spot for Demuslim as the knights of his opponent begin to siege down the villagers, and good game gets called. Demuslim taps out, and if you've watched it all this way, you'd probably know by now that Hera did win game 1. He's won game 2. He knocks out Demuslim of this $20,000 S-tier tournament. Demuslim being the reigning champion of S-tier tournaments for Age of Empires 4. He won the most recent one, gets knocked out in the round of 32 here. So well played to Hera, doing incredibly well. We'll take a look here at the villager count, see how that went. You can see towards the end just how much it begins to fall off there for Muslim. And then the military count, you can see that Hera really starts to spike early, sort of keeps that lead, falls behind a little bit, but then still manages to get up on top. Sort of gets lucky with the relic spawns as well. Did have 3, that third one was a little bit closer to his base, and that was really what sealed the deal for him. Obviously, the unit numbers were another thing to think about, but well played going over to Hera. Now, fellas, if you've made it all the way through to this, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you check out the EGC TV Discord. I'm going to leave a link in the description over towards that Discord. Jump in there, check it out, say good day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.